Hello, Roger on the air.
Hi, Patty. How are you?
Couldn't be better, man. How about you?
Great. What'd you think of the Super Bowl?
It was pretty good. I thought it was all right. I have to say, the first half it looked like Baltimore was just going to shove it down their throat the whole game, but the Niners, boy, they looked tough. They came back a couple times in the playoffs, and they showed they were a tough club again last night.
Absolutely. That's how it happens in football. I mean, somebody takes the lead for a couple of quarters and bang, it always seems that way. They come right back, but there it is.
Absolutely.
Anyways, Patty, what I'd like to chat about today is mining in the Brook Watershed area.
Okay.
A company here in Newfoundland, approximately 10 years ago, put a proposal to the city of Brook to do some test drilling in the Brook Watershed, a company called Thomas Resources. Now, again, whatever happened, for whatever reason, they didn't go ahead with it, but now 10 or 12 years later, it's reared its ugly head again. It's like pulling teeth to get any of the councillors to tell you how they feel about this. Two of them, Gary Kelly and Linda Chason, have publicly stated they're not voting for this and they're against it.
Okay.
The other ones have said nothing, only that they're going to look into all the issues that are surrounding it. And one said, "Well, I'm not just going to vote against it just because." However, here we are about to spend $30 to $50 million on a water treatment plant, and we're entertaining the thought of allowing a company to mine, two different minerals in our watershed area.
Right.
It just boggles my mind. People are upset about this. I have yet to ask one person who agreed with it. Now, I fully support it, or I'd like to hear all the facts first. The simple truth is that this is our watershed. This is our drinking water area. That we spend a lot of money to maintain. I'm not allowed to go in there and throw a fishing line in the water with a worm on it or take a leak in the woods 50 feet from the shore. Yet we're going to allow a mining company to go in there and do mining. It boggles my mind. I'd like to hear someone from council come on and explain the rationale behind this. Well,
aren't there some hard and fast rules inside the city of Brook about where you can and cannot do anything in the watershed?
Well, absolutely, there are, but according to some of the members of council, this was brought up, if I'm not mistaken, this was brought up a few years back when it first came about in the early 2000s, and they said that it was the decision is ultimately left to the Department of Mines and Energy or Natural Resources or whatever they are called. So if that's the case, then why are we even entertaining this? If the end decision is to say to this company, you got to deal with the government on this, and we don't want you in there, by the way. So I'm at a loss as to why they're allowing this to happen. Now, a young fellow here in Brook, Danny Griffin, wanted to open up a modular home plant, build modular homes here. Mm-hmm. And he was told by council, and they can correct me if I'm wrong, I might get some little nuances of this wrong, but basically what they said was, no, you can't be there, you're too close to our watershed area. Right? And, you're too close to this, you're too close to that. So he wasn't even in it. He was just too close to it, too close to the boundaries of it. And that made a big issue. All right? So we wouldn't let him operate this company up there outside of it, yet we're going to allow a company to go inside of it and drill for two minerals. Now, strangely enough, one of the minerals is to make water filtration systems. It's funny, right? But he couldn't write this stuff, right?
Well, and you know full well, and this is not going to be a newsflash or a shock to anybody, the double standard is alive and well. When it comes to decisions being made, forget watershed, everything that has to do with an application to any level of government, it's an arbitrary decision. Sometimes the most hard and fast rules are only there to be broken, and there's an obvious double standard based on who you are, what you're up to.
Well, look, again, not one person that I've talked to has said, I support this. No, there's nobody, and they can scream all they want, economic development. Yeah. I couldn't care less. I don't want to hear it. I don't want anybody in my watershed. We've had lots of issues with water here in the past. The beaver fever outbreak a few years back. So we don't need any kind of construction or development in the watershed. Again, you're not allowed to fish there. You're not allowed to snowmobile there.
Right, of course.
You're not allowed to walk in there. You're not allowed to go in there. But, there's areas in there where you can go in. And, one of the councillors said to me, well, how are we going to police it? Well, I said, we got a city police force. Put them to work. There's lots of people giving out tickets. Right? Fair enough, right?
Yeah.
But this is an issue that, needs to be addressed and needs to be addressed more in the public. Unfortunately, it seems like they're going ahead, damn all the torpedoes on this. The mayor and a couple of the councillors have decided this already. Will not answer anyone's question whether they support it or not, and are very coy, and they say, basically, I'm waiting to evaluate it fully. But fully, I'll assure them right now, this is a deal breaker. Put this through, and you're going to raise the ire of a lot of residents of Corner Brook.
Well, obviously.
This watershed area, this water supports the people in Mount Moriah as well, in other communities, in Matthew Drive, I believe.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. And it is a serious issue. We have enough our clean drinking water for granted, far too much in this country, and certainly in this province. All you got to do is look at some of the communities that have been on a boil order for years and years, and they'll be quick to tell you, hey, if you've got any protection you can afford the people of your town or your city, that's protect their water. And so it makes a lot of sense to me, and I wonder now will we get any comment from the mayor or anyone else in council.
Well, I hope they do. I mean, I spoke with Donna Luther on it, and she said that she's waiting for all the facts. She's not going to vote against it just because. Well, I mean, they've had long enough to get all the facts. All it is now is a vote. And, I mean, I think it should be, the company should be told, no, go to the government. If the government sees that the council is against it because the people are against it, then the government is a no-brainer. We're not letting you do it. All right? Bottom line, right?
Rod, let's see if I can get any reaction. Murph, maybe we'll reach out to City of Corner Brook, see if we can't get anything from. Anything else today, Rod?
No, but I really appreciate your time, Patty. And as always, take care, and we'll chat later.
Tell Hollis Roxon said hello.
I was wondering about that.
All right, buddy. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.